day 14 means it's review day, and we're going to find out what I've learned, how I've gone, and have a bit of a reflection on the past 14 days of recording these videos every single day. First reflection to make is I'm very proud of myself because I've made it to day 14. Now it's day 14 of Thursday, but hey, look, let's celebrate the wins. It's the 2-week mark. So it's exactly 2 weeks I've been able to do this talk to the camera every day. And there's a lot to learn. I am learning a lot, and things you wouldn't expect to come across. I mean, there's all sorts of things about setting up microphones, setting up the camera, learning how to have the SD card set up. Some of my videos haven't quite been in focus, and I'm not quite sure how to do that. Hopefully this one is. And it's some of these things, you ever get that experience when you learn something, but you don't know how to exactly articulate what you've learned? Like walking, for example. But explaining how to walk, you do that, oh yeah, you put one foot in front of the other, but there's so much to that, so many different muscles, you're getting your balance right, things like that. And I feel like some of these things that I'm learning, I'm just starting to get the habit of. It's a little bit hard to articulate exactly what they are. Just learning things like being sure to set it up. The number of times I've forgotten things, like forgotten to turn a light on or left my ceiling light on. One time I forgot to plug in this microphone that I'm using here, and it ended up just using the microphone from the phone. I have at times forgotten to turn the lighting on the background. I've played with slightly moving the camera around, so I'll get in a feel for where that wants to go, as well as the speaking. One of the things I've been thinking about a lot is that at this stage, I have not been very structured. And so I have a topic and an exercise to do each day, yet it generally seems to be very freestyle. And that's the way this 30 days is designed. And so I think a lot about where will this take me? Where will I go? What will I do next? And I am thinking about building a second 30-day challenge that is much more structured, actually sitting down and working it out ahead of time. It's what things like ChatGPT and AI is really helpful for. I can sit down and go each day and go, look, can you just bring up, what do we say, like 5 talking points at a guess? And so for 30 days, you'll have it mapped out. Pick a topic, 5 talking points, pick a topic, 5 talking points, and learn to speak in a certain rhythm and a framework, an intro, learning to apply things like story structure, 3-act structures, the hero's journey, learning how to tell a story and just tell it off the cuff like that would be quite interesting. And so, I mean, this is free for all. So I'm thinking I might do quite a few of these. Maybe it might go on for forever because this 30 days is just free for all. Do another 30 days where it's all pre-planned and structured, and then move into a more advanced one where it's a bit of a hybrid of both, so that it's not all pre-planned, but exercises like apply a 3-act structure, apply a hero's journey, tell a particular joke, have a story planned out, tell it this way, tell it that way. I think it'd be a fantastic exercise to do. I'm excited to find out where I'm going to go with it. I haven't completely got it planned out yet, and I'm planning a lot of it on the fly as I speak to you about it now. But it's lots of the things that start to buzz through your head after speaking to the camera every day for 14 days. And I mean, things like filler words. I did an exercise that was deliberately designed to not say them at all, and I think I did pretty good on that day. And then days later, I find myself going and and it's the other thing, I haven't had a full chance to review all these videos. After like 3 days, I did a review of them. I was excited. Everything's going. That's the exciting part of a creation process. That's that germination, the beginning, the birthing. It's exciting. It's fun. And but I need to post these, so it's actually at the moment up on the YouTube channel. I think I've got up to day 6, and here I am recording day 14, so I've got quite a backlog of these. And it started out because I was hesitant to put the first one up there. I actually put it up on the YouTube channel, and then I took it down. I got scared and I took it down again, and then I put it back up, and then I put them up again. And I'm learning so much about perfectionism. I spoke to this about other ones. Just trying to get everything perfect is such a challenge for me. I've got a deep-seated fear that if I get it wrong, if I do something wrong, something bad will happen, someone will criticize me, and I'm having to learn to just get it right. Now, one thing, what did I hear? The 80% rule or something I came across the other day. So, 80% is good enough. The other 20%, it was Ed from Film Booth on a video last night. He was speaking, that idea of, I've heard this come across in IT, or the Parkinson's law, that work expands to fill the time available, or Ed put it as work expands to fill the time that you give yourself. So he was doing an exercise where he gave himself 2 hours to write a script, where he usually does like 12 or something like that, 6 to 12. So he gave himself 2 hours, and what he had at 2 hours is what he delivered. And it's a very interesting concept that, the reason I bring that up, he had a very clear image. You had 2 different images, and he said this one was done in 8 hours, this one was done in 12. And to be honest, I couldn't tell the difference between the 2 of them. They looked exactly the same. So one had extra 4 hours work put into it. And so he was demonstrating that extra amount of work on the end was diminishing returns. So I'm trying to learn where that sweet spot is on what I deliver and what I don't. I'm continuing to do this exercise because I delivered a video the other day that put a lot of work in, a lot of scripting, a lot of editing, etc., things like that. And these are my free-for-all ones. So I think I've mentioned it, I'm throwing mud at the wall. I'm trying this out. I'm going to see what happens and hopefully just get improved at both those. I'm all-rounder, trying to get better at creating content, creating better videos, creating something that's interesting, creating something that is engaging and interesting for you and makes you want to watch more. So see where we're at the moment. This stuff, I'm just putting it up here. I'm not saying that this is the greatest video in the world. Hopefully it's not completely shit and you don't mind it. And as we go on, hopefully I'll get to be a bit more authentic and show who I really am, and we'll see where we go with this. I'm excited to find out more. I'm excited to share it with you. I'm going to wrap this up because it's so easy to use up 10 minutes. That's something I've learned. 10 minutes is easy to use up once you get going. And that's my review. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Cheers.